350 is an international campaign organization on climate change. We started in 2008 and then developed across the globe. G-ROC was formed after a project that we ran in 2013 called Global Power Shift, and which was meant to empower activists.
So G-ROC simply means Ghana reducing our carbon. So we were 7 selected from Ghana for the 1-week training in Istanbul. When we came back to Ghana, we decided to maintain our group. So that's how come we were able to form G-ROC. It was 7 of us, but we thought it wise to bring more young people on board, to pursue the campaign. Some are students, some are workers, some run their own companies. But the whole idea is that these are all young people who have a common agenda, the fight against climate change, who are concerned about the environment.
Sudan Assembly is set to start using coal to generate power in Ghana.
Energy, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah has hinted that the current energy crisis has pushed government to explore coal energy as a long-term solution.
Last 2 years, around December, government published a scoping report with the intention of establishing a coal plant as a way of fighting the energy crisis in Ghana. So last year, with the support of other allies, 350 G-ROC led the campaign.
Well, the Volta River Authority has rejected damning environmental concerns by some civil society organizations and locals against the proposed 700-megawatt coal plant to be sited at Akumfi Abuano in the central region.
We did a number of activities, we wrote petitions, we organized press conference, we engaged key stakeholders, the relevant ministries.
We met with the indigenes of the place that they were going to have the coal-fired plant.
It's a huge environmental impact and health hazard. I mean, it comes with several pollutants. We talk of nitrogen oxide, we're talking of sulfur dioxide.
Our press release got the media to question the minister who was then in charge about his take on the coal-fired plant, because after signing the Paris Agreement, we don't expect you to come back here and start a different project, which is contrary to what you've signed. And he stated categorically that the government was not going into coal.
So for us, we believe that was a very huge success goal for us, which we thought that we need to celebrate, especially coming from a young group, of men and women. So we can't just say stop no to coal and not provide an alternative. So when the minister announced that government is no more going for coal, we said then that presents an opportunity to now champion renewable energy, because that was the alternative that we were campaigning on.
Now we are into full force renewable energy. So we did our own community engagements by going to Somanya and Ho, trying to get the little ideas of individuals that are into solar and how beneficial it's been to them.
Over 95% of them said that indeed it has helped them to a large extent. Some are even looking for the products to buy, but they can't seem to get them in the market.
So we realized the need for the CSOs and then our partners and our core team members to have a training on the strategic ways and tactics moving forward.
So that's led to organizing this 3-day workshop with the support of our 350 Africa.
We came to work with the team in refining the renewable energy campaign,
thereby contributing to the fight against climate change.
With about 35 participants, so they are volunteers working with 350 G-ROC.
As activists, if we don't have the, if you're not educated, if you don't know what renewable energy is about, we can't go fighting with government.
We broke into 3 groups which look at the key element of a strategy, which are the goal, the tactics, and the targets.
I have an alliance with CSOs who are already in the existence, having the same things going on.
So it was amazing and interesting to see participants like refining their targets. They realized that we need to come up with targets that have got the influence, have got the power and the capacity to enact the change that we are after. And we leave this place with a good sentiment and of hope that this campaign is going to move forward and eventually influence the rest of African countries towards the implementation of a 100% renewable energy agenda.
We are wearing our t-shirts to carry out the message. Please try as much as you can to be there. And let's together send out the message, draw the attention.
I'm fine, thank you, Eli. Yeah, so today we took our anti-coal campaign to the streets as an outdoor activity. We took it to the Accra Mall, where we could engage the citizens who are the true stakeholders of the nation. Please, what do you know about renewable energy?
I know renewable energy, just like the solar.
Okay. So this was a great opportunity to educate them and also get their opinions about everything. And not to our disappointment, they really came out to agree with us that renewable energy is the future of the country.
Ghanaians should really patronize the renewable energy and then fighting against the coal, because I believe the coal itself is going to bring in a lot of environmental pollution, which is going to affect our health.
We should be concerned about our environment. I think we should rather go green.
Today we engage the people, and tomorrow we'll be engaging Asia and Volta River Authority, and that's on governmental level. They should turn to renewable energies like biogas, like wind turbines, like solar.
We say let's go natural. Let's use renewable energy.
As young people, we believe we are key stakeholders. We want to contribute to our nation's development. In this regard, we want to make our proposals to government to consider that we also have something to bring on the table.
So we want to call on other civil societies who see the need of protecting the environment to join this movement, because we believe that unity is strength, and if we should all come together, we're able to fight anything that will harm the environment.
No to pollutables, yes to renewables. Decolonize now!